My dad always had a love for bucking horses, a love of horses in general, but he grew up and he started raising quite a few saddle horses, and then he got in the racehorse business and started raising some racehorses. And come to find out, the ones he was raising were pretty bronky. Bucked quite a few jockeys off. Hard getting some jockeys to get on them horses. Dang sure run, but they'd buck your butt off, you know. So all of a sudden, he just decided that he was going to go from there and start raising bucking horses. In 1980, he decided he was going to do it. And, it was 1983, I believe, when Dad went up there to look at a colt Ernie had called him about. They went up there, and Ernie took him out there, and they was driving around and found this bunch of mares with these colts. And Ernie kind of really wanted, he was trying to sell him a gray one. Supposed to be one of the last sons of Grey Wolf. And Dad said the whole time they was driving around there, the mares and colts kind of circled there, and there was a little bay stud colt in there. All the time, every time he'd lay your eyes on him, he'd hide. He'd just go in a bunch of mares. And he said pretty soon you'd realize, look around there, and he'd kind of peek his head out. And as soon as you'd lay eyes on him, boy, he'd jerk his head back in there. So Dad asked Ernie which that was, and he said, well, that's a pretty good bred horse. He said, but the gray is a bigger horse. And Dad said, well, I kind of like that bay right there. So he bought the bay, and we brought him home, and we called him Tooke. That's the only name we branded him VO. His rodeo name was Whiskey Talks when Dad bucked him. We only bucked him 13 times, and that Jose could buck. I mean, I ranked some of gun. I don't think they rode him but 2 times in the bareback ride, and the rest, he bucked everybody off. We retired him after 13 trips because we didn't want to kill him. He bucked that hard. And we was breeding to him at the same time, but we called him Whiskey Talks at the rodeos, but we always knew we knew him as Tooke. Everybody around the ranch, that was Tooke. And it was a phenomenal stud. He went on top of them mares that Dad first started with, and that cross was unbelievable. There was probably more ranker horses out of that. The Pat Byrne filly colts bred back to Tooke than we ever have raised, really. I mean, the big eliminator type horses, big, strong, have some moves to them, kick, and a lot of the bronc riders back in the day didn't really like them, but they dang sure bucked, and they didn't have no excuse to say that they were just hunks of crap. I mean, they was just big, strong, buck your ass off type kind of horses.
These great bucking horses are from the heart of their Born to Buck program in Rosette, Wyoming, and represent decades of hard work and dedication from the Burch family. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a warm welcome for Mr. Max Burch?
Sorrel blaze-faced horse in the middle is 118, Loose Cinches. This mare really bucks hard and got a lot of moves. She bucks a lot of guys down.
Sorrel dude from the Burch Rodeo program. You heard Matt Burch say he's got some moves. Look at here.
Sorrel and white paint mare on the outside, 927, Maria Bartiromo. We took her to the cinch finale last year in Vegas. Wade Sundell was 89 points.
December. Ladies and gentlemen, help him out. Here is Maria Bartiromo.
The light-colored bay horse in the back is 873, Lunatic From Hell. They've been over 90 points on this horse 3 different times. They've won this match twice on him already.
Mile City Bucking Horse Sale Match Bronc Ride. Here is Lunatic From Hell. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see what perfection in saddle bronc riding looks like, get your cell phones out and start a video.
The little chestnut mare in the middle right there is 902 Strawberry Rocket. They won Logandale, Nevada on her last year. They won Clovis, California on her last year, and they won a round at Caldwell, Idaho on her last year.
That horse they call Strawberry Rocket. They've won just about every big rodeo that feature Burch bucking horses on this one throughout the last year. Ladies and gentlemen, help him out if you would, please.
Brown horse on the outside's 014 Ripcord, Bailey Pro Rodeo. They did just 86 points on her in Denver this winter. She's rock solid, jumps and kicks hard. guys should really get along with her here.
For him, make a little noise, help him out. Ladies and gentlemen, a big, stout, bucking dude in court shear is home.
All these horses out here today, ladies and gentlemen, will go back to the Tooke bloodlines. Years ago, my dad bought a stud from Ernest Tooke to start this bucking horse program. They crossed really, really well on the mares he had to begin with. All them horses you're looking at right now will all go back to the Tooke bloodline. Really influential in all of the bucking horse world, and one hell of a program. That's all I got to say.